I don't know how many of you got the invitation, and we had brief biographies, but I've been married for over 25 years to the same man, kind of, and he's not here tonight, so I can read whatever I want. But my son is here, so. Or one of my sons, the other two wouldn't show up. Fuse box. And I thank Tony Hoagland for all sorts of inspiration. And Walt Whitman. I sing the body, not quite as electric as it was a decade or two ago. There have been some fluky sparks, and current taking paths never meant for something that could so easily cause a fire or total blackout. Nothing I say has not been said before. I have run my hand over every slant of your skin as you have mine. We know each other inside and out. I'm here to tell you that's not so bad. In Rembrandt's painting of Lucretia, she stares at something we can't see, still holding the knife in one hand, reaching for the bell cord with the other, a stain like wine running down the front of her useless bedclothes. The knife will never drop. She will be young and dying forever. Never will she know decay or short circuits or the complexities of long-time love. This is the secret of electricity run amok. Before it dies, it can fly into the ether and penetrate deep into the earth, well beyond the perfect box that contains properly functioning, but, let's admit it, boring circuits. My husband isn't here tonight because he's up north building our dream house, which is a log house a mile off the shore of Lake Superior. He's gone a lot because it's a log house, and he's put it together with his own two hands. And while it started out to be a small log cabin, at last count it was over 4,000 square feet. So sometimes I get a little lonely, so I wrote him an ode. As I suck the last shred of meat from the pit of the olive, I wonder what hunger I'm feeding, what exactly I'm trying to fit, and where in me is it missing. Could it be the way your smile creases your brow while your frown wipes it clean, smooth as superior before the storm hits? The lake tones of your eyes, so blue when you're pleased, white capped gray otherwise. Your music with its woo-woo girls, your awful, clever, pun-driven ditties, the way you always spoonerize, the way we mesh so perfectly at night, down to our breaths that whisper in time. Can it be I miss you? All I can say, for certain, is the olive jar is empty. And we've been married a long time, so there have been ups and downs. There are a few ups. One is Michael. He's sitting right here. So I was looking through on the internet and found that asters, the aster means, as a flower, it means afterthoughts. It means being sorry you said something that maybe you shouldn't have. So I wrote a poem for this, and it was meant to be this just ravishing love poem, just, full of slippery bodies and everything. And it just doesn't turn out that way. It comes out different sometimes. So, afterthoughts. Somewhere on my body you are touching me. I stand at the sink with my back to you and look out the window at the last aster of the season. Tonight I will try to remember when I scabbed over that first time, in what room of what house we sliced each other's soft skin by looking away and saying nothing. Not knowing better, we opened the back door, and pride trotted in and curled under the breakfast table. For years, it snatched our double-edged words with razor teeth, shook them like stunned rabbits, slavered after each scrap of silence that fell from our lips. I wish I could say we never missed them. Love, we should have suture marks and webs of white lines, where we pulled our flesh together and held it as it healed. Now here we stand, two average people watching a single purple aster sing the year's final frostless dusk. Put your arms around me. The sun promised she'd return. Though the heart I wear around my neck is made of stone shot with fine gold lines, it is green, I can almost feel tomorrow on the bare inside of my arm, where you are touching me, tracing on my fading scars the map of our yesterdays. But even though I married David, my first love and I never actually met. So my final poem, and the final poem of the night, is dedicated to Bruce Springsteen. It's a poem in 5 sections called Waiting for the Boss. It's true. Waiting for the Boss. Every night for weeks, he spun on my turntable, automatic arms set for repeat, earphones dialed up to the max. I wailed with him in a dark room, tax code on my desk, spotlit like a rock star. Capital gains longed for love. I stoked the fire pot, racing down Thunder Road. Taxable income was no beauty, but hey, it's all right. And that's all right with me. By the time I sat for the tax exam, my born-to-run guy danced through loopholes with deductions, belted his blues with expenses, ripped into overdrive with the investment tax credit. 2, I told my fiancé I'd never leave him unless the boss called. 3, and this is for Michael. Full term and puffing, I beg for Bruce on the boombox. All I want to do is run, leap into the front seat of a Trans Am, head back to the Jersey Shore summers, flaps on the boardwalk, Asbury Park. Instead, I try to push my son into the world, running, fearless, into the wind, into the sun, into the fierce May afternoon. 4, also with Michael. Yesterday, driving my 6'3" son down Kings Highway, I pushed a button, and CDs slid through a changer. The boss clicked in, and I forwarded to what was, in simpler times, the last song on side 1. A saxophone rips open my chest. I pound the steering wheel, sing, "Tramps like us!" "Mom," he says. "Sometimes it's scary how alike we are." Sometimes, like now, I worry about him. 5, the boss never called. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thanks to all our poets, and especially to Sue Hensel, who furnished this wonderful space for us. Please, take the pink cookies home.
And the cheesecake, and the Air Force soda, and whatever else we have over here. Eat, drink, and be merry.